Hi, can you tell us your name for those of our viewers who don't know you?
Brad Fox from Smart Brave Consulting.
Nice to see you, Brad. Can you tell us a little bit about Smart Brave Consulting?
Yes, thanks Peter. Smart Brave, the name comes from a decision-making model. So when you're faced with a difficult decision, the first question you really need to be asking yourself is whether it's time to play safe or time to play brave.
Okay.
And too often, particularly when the circumstances that you're in are changing really fast, so you've got really difficult circumstances, changing world, changing environment, changing business circumstances, if you play safe with your decision making, you invariably don't make much difference. So you end up staying in the world you're in and you don't seem to quantum leap yourself out into a better space. So safe or brave is the first part of this decision model. Most times, big difficulties, you need to play brave. And then you need to choose between playing smart brave or dumb brave. So dumb brave is a decision that makes you look like a goose, you fall flat on your face. Smart brave are the ones that create the iPhone. Smart brave is Telstra selling the white pages even though it was very profitable. It was the AFL introducing an AFL women's national competition. They're smart brave decisions create new markets, new opportunities.
So tell us your story again for our viewers that don't know, your financial services industry story. How did that go?
Well, it's about 2006. I actually came from working in AFL football. I was Victorian General Manager of the Brisbane Lions for 8 years and left that to start my own financial advice business. No clients, no book, no purchase, no employer, self-employed, and just started. Things went on. I joined the AFA after about 4 months. After about another 4 months, the AFA managed to convince me to create this new group, this new community of practice called GenNext. So that's now been around about 10, 11 years. From GenNext, I found myself on the AFA board as the president for a 2-year term. And at the end of my presidency, about 3 weeks later, the previous CEO, Richard Clipton, had been with us 8 years, decided to move on to his next role, and I became the CEO of the AFA. So 4.5 years of flying from Melbourne to Sydney every week, and I stepped down from that earlier this year to have more time at home with teenage kids.
Well, that's fair enough. It's been a brilliant contribution you've made to the industry, Brad, but what moved you from the sporting sector effectively into financial advice, and what was it? Was there something about it?
Yeah, look, I studied at uni economics and finance. My first job was in corporate banking and investment banking for a short stint of a couple of years in a graduate program before I went out and decided institutions probably weren't my long-term desire to work within, not on a full-time basis. So I stepped out of that, and so going back to financial advice joined together two things that I feel pretty comfortable with, which is numbers and people.
Okay.
But I also have a pretty driven character about facing tough decisions and making good calls with good judgment and then having the courage to implement them. So that's probably taken me full circle back from helping people make courageous decisions with their own money and choices and lifestyle to now helping business owners do it with their businesses.
Okay, so and this is what you're doing now, but what did you want to do when you were growing up, Brad?
My dad was a senior policeman, and I always thought I would be a copper. Dad, at the last moment, talked me out of that and said, go to uni, get a degree, and then if you want to be a copper, go and be a copper.
Okay.
In the meantime, I got drafted to play AFL footy and finished my degree and moved from Perth to Melbourne, and there went the chance to join the police force.
Well, there you go. You've been on an amazing journey, but I reckon somehow something tells me you probably would have been a pretty good copper too.
Maybe, Pete.
Well, you've got a lot on your plate, and I wish you the best for it. Bring it back though, just for the time being, and to finish up with, to the life insurance advice sector. Given the experience you've got, given the market as we have it at the moment, do you have a final message perhaps for all the risk-focused advisors out there, Brad, for their future?
Yeah, this is not the time to play safe. So much has changed around financial services, and it's going to continue to change. We can't be immune to that. So don't play safe anymore, but get really clear about what you're going to have your business as or your career pathway as going forward, and chase it, hunt it down. Because if you just stay around the fringes of doing what you used to do, it's not going to be good enough pretty soon.
Sure.
So make a brave decision, work on it with people that can test you. It doesn't have to be me, but people that can test your thinking to take you outside of your own biases and your comfort zone. So you end up changing the things that matter, not the things that are convenient to change. And that'll become a smart brave decision.
Well, that sounds like a great place to finish. Brad Fox, thank you for your time and best wishes for your own brave future.
Cheers, Peter.
Thank you.